Hi, I'm Dana.
And I'm Kristen.
Welcome to our podcast,
Mismatched.
We are two moms from completely different walks of life
who discovered friendship where least expected.
This is our space to share, connect, and try to survive this crazy thing we call life. Whatever you are doing,
or wherever you are headed, take Mismatched along for the ride.
Hello.
Whoa, why are you acting so...
Because it's so nice that you could grace me with your presence
I
today.
know, you're acting like you were irritated at me.
I am irritated with you.
Dan is mad at me. So I always said we have to have this podcast continue through January. It might be ending this week.
This is it. It's over.
It's our last taping. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, this is week 2 in my living room because I'm still not ready. I'm still not driving.
You're a hermit.
I am a hermit. If I don't get out of this house soon, someone in my family is not going to survive. I'm worried
Probably
for my
gonna be Tom.
I'm worried for Tom's well-being. He's actually, no, I have to say he's been really, really great.
You know what Tom is really great? Tom is really great because, well, I think he needs to get out of the house too, but he's so desperate for socialization that he came and helped us load out chickens and turkeys last night.
We just want people.
Loading out chickens and turkeys is the worst job in the entire universe of jobs on the farm. It's disgusting. We don't like them.
I offered him up for that
You
also.
kind of did, but I'm like, no one wants to do that. I mean, frankly, my husband hates it, and actually, in true Bill fashion, he kind of skated doing the dirty work.
Well, listen,
Tom
Kristen
and I
has
are there
been
catching the birds.
Tom's making me a cup of coffee. Thank you. Kristen has been complaining about how much work they've been doing, and they have been doing so much work. So I thought, we're doing nothing over here. Tom can go help out.
Were you mad at Tom?
I wasn't mad at him. I just felt like he could go over there and help out because that's what friends do. Go help out.
Load chickens?
Even though she did not deserve it. So I'm going to tell you guys a story.
Okay, I'm just going to sit back and relax
No,
while
I'm-
you unravel the saga.
I'm
of
going to
White
explain why Kristen has annoyed me this week. First of all, she thinks it's because she's been busy. I'm not mad at that. Sometimes we're
No,
busy.
I know that's not it.
We can't talk
That's part of it.
sometimes. Like, I get it. Like, oh, we're busy. She has had the fair, and we're going to talk about that in a minute, too, because there actually is a lot to talk about with the fair. So, she has had the fair. It has been insanely busy. I've just been laying here meekly in my bed. It's fine. It's fine. I don't need a friend. It's fine. I'm joking.
Good thing she has other friends.
It's fine.
I'm not a very good friend. I'm the first to admit
No,
I'm not a very good friend.
She has been fine. I totally am joking. But I was upset about something else going on, and I was like wanting to just
Vent.
well, I wanted to vent about something, and I called her, and I was like,
It was actually
it was a text, and I was like, oh, remind me to tell you about this, and she was like, what? And so I was like, well, I'll just tell you now. So I told her, and I sent this long novel of a text, even though I was like,
did.
I wasn't going to tell you now because I know you're so busy, but I'll tell you now. Do you want to know the response I got? Get over it.
That wasn't exactly like the
Oh,
only
I'm pretty
thing
sure I could pull up.
I did say get over it because I've been in a similar situation.
You have been, and that's fine. But when someone is upset and someone is frustrated and they want a friend to just complain to, sometimes you just want to complain and you just want to.
That's what spouses are for.
And actually,
I'm just
to be
kidding.
honest with you, wait,
He was better than
my
me.
spouse was better than me. In fact, my spouse was like, "What the hell is Kristen's problem?" But like for real.
Yes.
Oh, I
from
thought you
now
were
on-
rubbing me. It's
Oh,
the dog.
no,
I
it
was
was
like,
not
why
me.
are you
The dog
rubbing
was
me?
rubbing us both.
But for real, like sometimes you just want to bitch a little bit, and I know I
Wait,
swear.
what's the number? What's my?
Oh,
wait,
no, wrong one. Nope, still wrong one. Nope.
I don't know.
All right, whatever. You just want to complain a little bit, and supposedly your good friend is supposed to just be there to be like. I know it's still going. I don't know how to make these sounds work. Supposedly your good friend's supposed to just be there and be like, "Hey, friend, it's okay."
I'm sorry.
But instead, get over it. So we're done. So wait, my response to her was, P.S. You suck at letting someone vent.
This is pretty funny.
This is not funny at all, also, just so you know. Okay, so my response to her was, you suck at letting someone vent. And her response was, I don't know exactly what it was.
But it was something about, like, I've been dealing with a lot of vents lately.
and I'm over it.
But she didn't get it.
No, I didn't. And I'm pretty sure 99% of our viewers won't get this either because it's dumb.
This brings us to the next section of our podcast when we talk about words that mean one thing
I'm gonna
to
look up
me
the text that
and
you
words
sent me,
mean something
'cause I'm
else to
annoyed with
Dana.
you.
I'm at the fair and I've been washing a lot of chickens and turkeys and chickens and turkeys, and the bottom of a chicken or turkey is
Here's
called a
what she
vent.
said. Vent all you want. I've been washing chicken vents all week. I'm sick of vents. I'm
sick of
sorry,
chicken
what?
vents.
First of all, I don't even know what that means. Second of all, that's rude. So I'm mad at Kristen.
It's fine. We're gonna get over
Reason
it.
number 876 why I'm mad at
I'm not a
Kristen
good
this
friend
week.
and I have really bad humor. But anyway, so the word is vent. When Dana vents, it's not funny when Kristen talks about chicken vents.
So if you think the vent means what I think it means, you can let me know. And if you think it means what
We
Kristen
always
thinks
know
it
that
means,
the viewers side with you.
because
It's a
I'm
very
right all the
one-sided
time.
podcast. I'm sure there's a few people that understand and get me.
I doubt it. Whatever.
Anyways,
I would
I don't
love
know.
to know if you think.
Oh, of course, they're gonna call by the droves and be like,
Yes.
"She's wrong. You're right."
I would like the what's it called? I need like what's that word?
I don't know.
I need like a pat on the back.
You needed like affirmation. that you're
Constant
correct.
reinforcement. I need affirmation. Yes.
That's one of your love
Anyways.
languages. Affirmation, I think.
No, I think my love language is just gifts.
Gifts. She likes all the gifts.
I just want some gifts.
Oh,
That's all I
yes.
need.
So Dana's been recuperating, but you're doing better. I think your situation is you're such a social, active person that it's hard for you to rest your body.
That's totally my biggest struggle
So-
right now. Yeah, I'm more like
but you've
just
been out and about a
frustrated.
little bit. You went to the fair. That was a huge feat.
It was my little Sam is in gear, which
He's in 4-H.
He's in 4-H, Jaga Engineering and Robotics, and he went and showed his little lemon battery that he made, and he was, you know what I said, I was very proud of him. It's his first year doing it, and it's definitely was like not one of the bigger projects, obviously, compared to what some of the older kids had done, but he had so much pride in it, and it was really, really cool because people walk around and you get to like explain what your project was, and he had so much pride, which gave me so much pride. And I said I felt like when my daughter plays volleyball, and she's pretty good at volleyball, and so I have so much pride watching her, and it was that same feeling. Like it was such a cool feeling as a parent to like see how excited he got about
And
it.
accomplished. I mean,
And
he's
it, yeah,
very, he's
and
very well spoken.
This is just right up his alley. Like I feel like he really just found his little niche with this. So it was very, very cool. We went to the fair. I definitely overdid it, and it really stinks going to the fair not being able to eat fair food. P.S. Yeah, I don't know what that means. I saw that.
We're running out of space.
Great,
Good.
it's
This might
fantastic.
be a really short podcast.
Yeah, but going to the fair and not being able to eat fair food is a real
That's rough.
bummer. It's a real bummer. So, but
We ate Corvos.
was it so good?
So
What did you get?
good. Well, I got it all. I got the cheese raviolis.
Yeah.
I got the
What else
cavatelles
are the best? Yeah,
and the meatballs.
yeah.
together.
All their food is so good.
Oh, it's so good.
So
and then Bill
good.
got the cheesecake. Jack got the chocolate cake.
Mm-hmm.
Campbell, I think, ate meatballs several times.
Their food is my
it's
favorite.
just great, and
Yeah.
it was good fair food.
This coffee.
So, but you know, the thing at the Great Geauga County Fair is the milkshakes. The milkshake booth.
The milkshake
Everybody
booth.
has milkshakes, and makes me think of that song. My milkshakes bring all that, that song.
I do know that
And
song.
when the boys work there, I'm like, oh my gosh, because
Sam was supposed to work it, but because we didn't know like what my schedule would be like this weekend, he wasn't.
our
able
Sam
to.
worked the milkshake booth with his friends. I think the senior class officers worked,
Mm-hmm.
and I love his friends. Like, they're really fun. I think Sam's like, oh my gosh. I'm like, smile, everybody. I'm going to
Did you
take
take
a
their
picture. I'm
picture?
sticking my head through the window, and Sam's like, oh, I can't believe she's doing this. And everybody else is just waving and smiling, wearing their hairnets.
What a
So-
cheese ball!
Oh, it's fun. So this is a lot of laughs for Sam. Like,
It is.
this
It's
is
his last year.
milkshake
Yeah.
booth working, his last Bandorama. So there's a lot of things going on.
Does he appreciate that it's his last?
I don't think so.
Like you
Does
don't think
any
it's like
senior-
no,
I
that's
don't
what I'm
think I
saying.
did
Like you know what I
either.
mean? Like you don't. It's like so true. Like you don't realize what you have till it's gone, or like I think there's that song like
Sam is
I
a
don't know.
sentimental boy, like a little bit about some things, but most other things, like
But you don't realize that these are the days
focused
until they're
and-
already
right.
gone, and then you're like, that was it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So you don't really get to appreciate it as much. So.
He, takes his drumming very seriously, and so I love seeing him do that because it's like the one thing that he's like so focused on, and it's very fun to watch him. So they had the big Bandorama that did not get rained out because we had some rain, and but we're just cleaning up from the fair. And I feel like we talk about the fair a lot, but we still have like one more county fair to go. Everybody's gonna be sick of our fairs.
I can't wait for you to be so nice during that time as well.
I know.
It'll be great. Tom and I now are referring to it as Fair Kristen.
Fair Kristen. Well, Fair Kristen has a lot going on, and
It's legitimate. I'll give it to you.
Well, the fair is intense, and I think it was really fun for me this year to see.
It's a lot of work.
because Jack like really gets excited about it, which was not his thing. Like we threw him into this. Like he said he wanted to do it. And, if you tell me you want to do something, it's like we were
Talk
all
about
in.
like having pride. Like he really had so much pride in it.
He did, and he won chicken showmanship, which he's like that's his thing, and. I did very well with his chickens. He got third overall with his meat chickens.
Well, and like the other night when the kids had come over.
Oh, that's another topic.
So we can talk about that too. But the kids had come over here to swim the other
That's the day
night.
you were really, really mad at me.
I was mad at you.
Yeah.
So the kids had come over to swim, and
Well, let's back it up because Bill.
Okay, so
was
Bill.
like, "Hey, Dana, you
well,
should
so
have a
no,
party
this
Saturday
is
night."
actually not what happened. Bill was
What
quite
happened?
sneaky. Did you know that Friday night? So Friday night, Olivia wanted to go to the football game. I obviously stayed home because I'm still recovering. So Liv went to the football game, and she had gone to the fair with her friends, and then Friday night went to the football game. And apparently at the football game, Bill was like, "Hey, Liv, you should have a party tomorrow night for the Ohio State game." And she was, and here's, my daughter is totally my daughter, and which is one of the reasons I'm struggling to recuperate right now is I love to entertain. I genuinely love to entertain, as does my daughter. And so she's anything that is a social thing, she's about it. And so she's like, "Let's do it."
Sure, you want to have a party? Let's
No
do it.
one asks her mother. No one thinks this is an idea to run by her parents. Bill and Olivia will plan this. So, okay. So he calls after the football game, and he's like, "I talked to Olivia, and I think you should plan for the kids to come over for the Ohio State game. And Kristen and I will come over, and we'll order dinner, and that way you don't have to cook. Like he's doing me some big favor, right? Like you don't
It'll
have
be
to
good.
cook.
We'll take care of it.
It'll be great. And the kids will all come over." So I'm like, "Okay, whatever. Sounds like a plan." So
Meanwhile,
Jack,
I'm like, "Bill, are you planning something? Because you can't really plan something during the middle of the fair, like the Saturday night. It's the sale."
and I've got no idea. I don't know how the fair works. This is not
Well, this is my first actual sale of the Geauga County Fair, but I know how they are in Fairfield, and I've heard about Geaugas that they go all night.
I had no idea.
And he's like, "You don't know what you're talking about. You've never done this. Like, it's gonna be fine. We'll go."
Okay. So Olivia and Jack invite their friends over, and
Bill orders food,
we order
which
food.
was fantastic when I got to eat it at 10 o'clock.
Shout out to La Mexicana in
It
Chesterland.
was delicious.
Hooked us up with a last minute taco bar.
The
Came
chicken,
through.
the shredded chicken.
Fantastic.
Oh, so good.
Fantastic. But anyways, so I didn't want to cook, so they hooked us up with the taco bar. So it was great, but they hooked us up with an insane amount of food, by the way, because I thought that the Pattersons were coming. So while I am at the fair getting ready to leave, because I have officially hit my darn limit at this point, we go over to the Farm Bureau booth to see our lovely
You are a member?
friends, which I am a member of the Ohio
Geauga County Farm Bureau member?
The Farm Bureau. And we go over, and which that's another thing. I had no idea I was a member of the Farm Bureau until I started
Signed you
receiving.
up. Well, I
mail.
thought you were a really good friend. I'm like, that's really nice that Tom and Dana to become members. Little did I know you were part of our corporate
Bill just signed me up.
farm
So,
membership.
I had no idea. So, anyways, I don't mind. I think I get discounts too. So.
You get discounts. You get a great magazine.
Yeah, it's great. I don't
You
mind.
see
I read
Bill's
it.
face in there.
I get the emails. It's great. I don't mind it at all. But it's just kind of funny that I did not sign up for it. But so, anyways, I went over to the booth, and it is brought to my attention that they have zero intention on coming to my house.
No, Bill did.
Bill had full intention.
I'm like,
Kristen is
Bill,
like, "Bill,
we're
there's
not gonna make
no
it."
way." He's like, oh, we'll make it for dinner. She's like, there's no way. I'm like, wait. You just had invited all these kids to my house.
You did.
And you're not coming? What? And don't you know, that's what happened. And at about 11 p.m., that is, I think, around what time the Pattersons showed up.
And the auction's so fun. You know, Jack was like,
and it was fine. And that's what I was saying was that
Yeah.
I did not know. I did not plan.
Don't ever listen to Bill.
Did not plan an
He's
event.
going to listen to this podcast and he's going to be mad at me.
He's always mad at us. Like, why would today be different than any other day?
He's probably at home taking a little napper, and I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning hauling birds.
But what I was getting at originally was that when Jack finally got here, his friends were all in the pool, and like the first thing he did was go to like talk about that he sold his market lamb.
Oh yeah, because I got here after you because I was still doing chores.
And it was funny because Bill and Jack walked in, and I was like, I made a joke. I was like, oh, no, Kristen. Like, I thought for sure she wasn't coming. And I was like, of course she's not coming.
I had to take care of
But he was like, no, she's coming. She's just doing chores, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, okay, whatever. I don't really care anyways because she's not my favorite person
She was mad at me anyway.
Right, so I don't even care if she comes. But the first thing he did was go and, like, tell all the kids. Like, he really had so much pride. And it was a really cool thing to see, especially because, like, for my kids, this is a really new thing to them. Like, just
but now
4-H.
it's going to be normal. Like,
4-H in general is really new. And now, like, and it was cool, too, like, while Liv was there, because Jack was actually not the only friend of hers that was showing animals. Like, they know multiple kids that show animals. And it's very cool to expose our kids to this type of, something different. Like, where I grew up, this was not something at all that we had, and the only extracurriculars you had was pretty much sports or musical.
This is like a sport. I told that
it
Jack,
is,
like, my legs hurt after he was bracing. I'm like, I told you, Jack, it's like a sport.
But it's an entirely different type of extracurricular, and it's something that's really, really cool, and it's something that you can follow through with. So I'm really excited for, like, my kids to see. I mean, we are not getting animals, people, but it is something. Gear is going to be like our closest to 4-H that we get.
You know, Sam's in 4-H, and he participates in the
gear and I think probably my other son, Joey, will probably eventually join the gear as well because he enjoys that kind of stuff also. But it was very, very cool to see that side of things and for my kids to see that side of it. But we're good without animals.
So that's okay. We have enough at our place for you.
I think if it was up to Olivia, I think she would be
so we have this little chicken called KFC. It's the smallest chicken you've ever, like, it literally fits in the palm of your hand. And she's a Birchin Modern game hen, and she's actually really ugly. But she won Best Female at the fair in the open class. So she's like the best female bird in the barn, and she's the tiniest bird. And so Parker's like, do you think we can just get rid of Jack's parakeet and put KFC in the pen?
Does anyone want a parakeet?
Yeah, we have a parakeet for free. A free parakeet.
I think we might also have a bearded dragon.
Would fit in the cage is kind of the funny thing. But I'm like, no, you're not having a chicken in the house. We can call her KFC because she would never go to KFC because she has not one piece of meat on her whole body. She's the skinniest little
that's
chicken.
Kind of a cute little name for her.
Yeah, Parker named her KFC. So
I have a funny story, one more about the fair. So I have a friend who has like just a really funny sense of humor. Like she's super quick-witted, really, really funny.
And, are you talking about me?
No. And like not even close. She posted on Facebook, so her and her mom's favorite thing to do is to go to the fair on the very last day at the end of the fair and go look at all the like blue ribbon first place items, like the first place pies and the first place things that are now all moldy and gross, and it's hilarious. And she posts all the pictures, and it's the funniest thing because it's all like the pies are literally like slumped over and like raunchy looking, terrible. But it's like first place blue ribbon.
Best
like,
to show.
It's so funny. I'm like,
speaking of best to show, our apple pyramid got best to show, our apple exhibit. That's very exciting.
All right, so I have something to say about this.
No, we have very little time.
I know, but this is my question about this.
Okay.
How much competition is there really?
Well, there's really just two farms.
That's my point.
Yeah, it's Sages, which is they're good friends,
which are great,
and Patterson's.
Totally.
They pretty much like split everything up. So like honestly, like Sages probably got best to show last year.
I know, so that's my point. It's like
best to show this year.
Did they just go back and forth?
I would to say how much work, regardless if you win or don't win, like to exhibit that.
I will say I
I
have been on the other side of that, watching
We're
them
polishing
get
apples,
right,
we're,
watching
like,
the apples
packaging
get ready,
apples.
and it is a lot of
It's
work.
a whole family affair and employee affair. Like we have tons of people polishing apples. You know, Jim and Nancy are hand picking apples from the tree, and Dave and Bob, and like everybody's participating. So
There
it's
is a lot of work that goes into it, but I always
It's
laugh because
fun.
I'm like,
It's
there's
definitely-
not much competition there
No,
either.
there's not. But
So I do
it's
have to laugh
definitely
at
a
that.
tradition, a long-standing tradition.
That's one of the things that's the coolest thing about the fair, though. I think is the
Yeah.
tradition that goes along
We
with
made
it.
friends because this was my first fair. It was like, you know,
They don't really.
who's the new people?
They'll learn.
Who are the new people?
They'll learn that you're not really the nicest of friends.
They're not gonna like us.
All right, we're out of
We're out
time.
of
I skipped out on a
time.
fast five because I
That's
don't have
okay.
one for you
have one.
anyways.
We're good friends. Until
All right,
next
guys.
time.
Have a good one. Let me
Word
know what
is
you think of
smashed.
the word
Vents.
vent. Goodbye.
So we almost.